Good morning friends, welcome back to our channel Vijay Physics World. Today we are going to discuss about one more new topic. What is the difference between boiling and evaporation? Okay, in order to identify boiling and evaporation, first we need to discuss about boiling and then we need to discuss about evaporation. After that we can define what are the differences between evaporation and boiling. Okay, first of all, boiling. Suppose if we consider one container, in that we are pouring water and we are placing that over the flame. Then what happens? The temperature of the water slowly rises. Okay, what happens? The temperature, it rises and reaches to 100 degrees Celsius. When it reaches to 100 degrees Celsius, then if you observe continuously and supplying heat energy continuously, then what happened? The rise in temperature, it will be stopped at 100 degrees Celsius. Still it won't be rises. Okay, and at this point what the changes happens? Okay, if you observe carefully, the water, in that water we can find small bubbles will be formed in the container. Okay, what happens? The bubble starts rising up from bottom to top. Okay, what are the bubbles? Okay, here the bubbles are giving you that it is a gaseous molecules. Okay, where the gaseous molecules are coming from? Actually, the water, it is the combination of hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, nothing but it is the mixture of gas. Okay, so that then what happens? We are supplying heat energy continuously to break the bonds and making them gaseous molecules. Then what happens? We can find gas bubbles inside of that. Why they are rising up? What is the reason behind? Okay, here we are supplying continuously heat energy. Then the gaseous molecule inside the gas will be present. Okay, nothing but the air bubble will be formed. Inside of the air bubble, the gas will be there inside it. Then what happens? The gas pressure is going on increase as we supply heat energy continuously, like pressure cooker. Okay, then what happened? The pressure inside of the air bubble means it is going on increase. Okay, it reaches to saturation. Okay, when it reaches to saturation, then what happened? The air bubble starts rising up. Or we can consider one more point. What is that? Means here the pressure of gas inside of the air bubble will be equals to the atmospheric pressure. When it is equals to atmospheric pressure, it rises. Okay, when it reaches to the surface, what happens? The bubble, it will be blast. Why? Because the pressure inside the gas bubble will be increases more than that of atmospheric pressure. Okay, this process will be continuously going on, so that the gaseous molecules, nothing but air bubbles which are rising up, and when it reaches to the surface, it will blast. Okay, nothing but here what the change is happening means the liquid is converting into gas. Okay, we can define boiling. What is mean by boiling? Boiling is nothing but the process of change of state from liquid to gas at what temperature, which is happening at 100 degrees Celsius. Okay, this is called boiling. Okay, once again, boiling is nothing but the process of change of state from liquid to gas at 100 degrees Celsius, that we are calling it as boiling. Okay, and coming to evaporation. In this evaporation, suppose if you observe carefully the water presence on floor after cleaning, if you observe after 1 hour, what happened to water? It won't be up here. What is the reason behind? And one more, if we consider sulfuric acid or else HCl or hydrogen peroxide, keep it in your hydrogen peroxide we are considering instead of hydrosulfuric acid or HCl, just pour it in your hand. Then what happens? You can't find after few minutes. Okay, and moreover, what happens to your hand? It becoming cool. Why it is happening? What is the reason? If you consider one container, we are pouring one liquid in it, then what happened? The air which is blowing over the surface, and outside the outside atmosphere, the temperature will be more, heat energy will be more, and what happens, the water heat energy means which is less. Then what happens again here, the heat energy absorbed from atmosphere to container. Molecules which are there in the container absorbs in it and starts vibrating. When they starts vibrating, collide with one another, and what happened, the temperature of that, heat energy of that will be rises rapidly. Then what happens, they want to escape from the particular vicinity area of the container, but still the air is blowing continuously. Then what happened, the molecules, the returning number of molecules is less, so that the liquid which is there in the container will be going on decrease. Okay, finally what happens, this process is going on. Finally what happens to the liquid, it will be completely evaporated. What the changes happening in this, the process of change of state, liquid converting into gas. Here we are not supplying any heat energy, but in boiling we are supplying heat energy. Okay, nothing but here we are getting some differences. What are they? The process of change of state from liquid to gas at particular temperature, that we are calling it as boiling. This is the first point. Okay, and in this, the process of change of state, the liquid converting into gas at any temperature is called evaporation. This is the first point, foremost point in this. And second point, at which temperature which is happening? This is happening at 100 degrees Celsius. This is happening at any temperature. Okay, and coming to second point. In this, we are supplying heat energy continuously, but whereas evaporation, we are not supplying heat energy continuously. Okay, and where it is happening, this is happening throughout the liquid. Boiling is taking place throughout the liquid, nothing but it is called a bulk phenomenon. This is called, boiling is a bulk phenomenon. Okay, and whereas evaporation, where it is taking place, it is taking place on the surface of the liquid, so it is called a surface phenomenon. It is called surface phenomenon. Okay, and what happens in the boiling? Boiling is a quick process which is taking place very fast, whereas evaporation, it is taking long time to evaporate. Okay, boiling is a quick process, evaporation is a slow process. And finally, what happened to the boiling? Boiling, in this we are supplying heat energy continuously, and in this, what happens to the liquid which is there in the container after evaporating? It is going on evaporating. What happens to the liquid which is there in it? It becomes cool, so it is called a cooling process. Okay, these are the main important points regarding boiling and evaporation. In this, the same manner, here one more question also we can find. What questions do you ask to know difference between boiling and evaporation? Okay, here you can ask your friend like different questions. What are the questions we have? Okay, first question, what is boiling and what is evaporation? Okay, and second question, at what temperature the boiling taking place? At what temperature evaporation taking place? Where the boiling is taking place? Nothing but we are considering it as a bulk phenomenon. So that we are considering it as where the boiling is taking place, and here where the evaporation taking place. In which, in this boiling, whether we need to supply heat energy or not. Similarly, in evaporation, isn't it need to supply any heat energy for this? And one more point, isn't it a cooling process or warming process? Evaporation, isn't it cooling process or evaporation process? Like this we can ask different questions regarding this boiling and evaporation. This is about difference between boiling and evaporation. Okay, ఈ వీడియో కనుక మీకు నచ్చినట్టయితే లైక్ చేయండి, షేర్ చేయండి, సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేయండి. థ్యాంక్ యూ.